And now energy grids and Democrat strongholds are cracking under the weight of their own green fantasy policies. This is chaos on their side and victory laps on ours. And so instead of admitting anything, what do? Panic, point fingers left and right, scream on cable news, pretend that the world is on fire because President Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States right now, is proving them wrong in real time. And they told you Trump's tariffs would destroy the economy. They told you that gas would skyrocket. They told you America was unrecoverable. Well, look around, guys. What are you seeing? I mean, the only thing collapsing is their own narrative. So anyway, buckle up because tonight we're diving into the border leaks, the retail collapse, the grid failures, and the blue state implosion that has the left in full emotional freefall. Check down below, guys. I'm getting all sorts of notifications from you guys, my subscribers, comments, saying that you're not subscribed anymore. Can you make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel? Your subscription to our channel really helps the channel and it helps our movement. It helps us to spread the word and bring you better videos. Now, folks, you can feel the panic every time a new economic report drops. This is kind of like watching someone confidently sprint into a brick wall that they insisted wasn't there. Now, for like 3 straight years, Democrats swore Trump's tariffs were going to torch the economy. They're going to ignite a recession and send Americans spiraling into economic ruin, right? But here we are in 2025, almost the end of 2025, and every single month, the numbers humiliate that prediction all over again. Inflation cooling faster than analysts predicted, stock market roaring like it's 2019 all over again, real wages rising, not sinking, and the Federal Reserve even admitted that the runaway inflation crisis the left screamed about is completely gone. So what do Democrats do? Do they admit that they got the economy wrong? Well, of course not. They melt down on live TV, insisting Americans are still suffering even as everyday people are finally feeling relief. Now, their narrative is collapsing and they know that. Now, I want to talk about gas prices because this part is absolutely destroying the left's messaging machine. Now, y'all let me know what gas prices are in your area. Let me know down below. Across huge portions of the country, gas is back in the $1.90 to $2.40 range. Now, we're talking prices that many Americans have not seen since what, early 2021, maybe? I mean, families heading into Christmas are finally able to get budgets under control without that pit in their stomach. Truckers, commuters, small business owners, everyone is already feeling a little bit of breathing room again. But here's where it gets comical. While red and swing states celebrate relief, blue state governors, they're stepping up to microphones and insist that the affordability crisis is worse than ever. Really? I mean, the only places that aren't seeing relief are the same states buried under environmental taxes, fuel surcharges, and regulatory handcuffs that they created themselves. Trump fixed the national problem. They're suffering from their own policies and they're pretending not to notice. And so here's the part that the media refuses to explain. Yes, inflation is cooling nationally under Trump. We get that. But blue states are still drowning in the damage left behind by Biden's policies. And it's not because the national recovery isn't working. It's because that these states piled even more burdens on top of Biden's inflation spike. High gas taxes, higher utility surcharges, higher grocery distribution fees, climate penalties, equity adjustments, and layers of regulation that strangles supply chains. So, while the rest of America is seeing gas prices easing and wages rising, deep blue regions are stuck in a time capsule, permanently paying for Biden's mistakes plus their own. And so the Trump administration, they brought stability back to the country, but state level governments are blocking the benefits, and Democrats, they still won't even admit that their policies cause this mess. So instead, they blame corporations, seasonal trends, even consumer behavior, anything but themselves. And so while we're talking about this fallout of terrible policy decisions, let me go ahead and share something that hit me real hard this week. So, and the reason why is because it shows what real people are dealing with behind the scenes, behind all these numbers and charts that politicians love throwing around, right? So check this out, guys. And this is a little sombering. A viewer told me that she walked into her primary doctor's office and walked out in tears. Her doctor had stopped accepting her Medicare plan without any notice. No warning, no transition, nothing. She felt abandoned, and nobody should ever experience that kind of blindside, especially when their health depends on it. And this is exactly why I partner with Chapter, because they prevent this kind of shock by verifying which doctors your Medicare coverage will support for the coming year before you're stuck with that situation. Now, most people are already dialing that phone number right there at the bottom of your screen, or they're visiting askchapter.org/Ron. I left a link down below because peace of mind is priceless when it comes to your health. That phone number again is 909-563-8279. And I do want to highlight a comment that really stayed with me. Now, this one was from Shizzle. It says, I wish I would have known about Chapter earlier. My mom's coverage just kept getting worse as her health failed. Long story short, she died with a lot of medical debt. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing that. It is painful, it's real, and it reminds all of us of why making the right Medicare choice matters, not just financially, but emotionally. Drop a rest in peace for Shizzle in the comments down below, folks. And so this next part is causing full-scale panic on the left. Whistleblowers inside DHS, they have leaked internal memos showing exactly how badly the border system collapsed between 2021 and 2024. Now, folks, we're talking cartel infiltration, asylum fraud pipelines, and bureaucratic choke points intentionally ignored by Biden's officials. The memos warn of structural collapse, and they were buried. And so now that Trump is back in office, agents are coming forward because they finally feel safe telling the truth. And the truth is damning. Networks built under Biden's watch are still being dismantled today. Cable news hosts are losing their minds because the leaks prove what conservatives have said all along. Biden lost control of the border, and the consequences didn't disappear just because he left office. These revelations obliterate the narrative that they clung to for years. And so now, while the national economy stabilizes under President Trump, blue state cities are sinking into a full-on urban collapse. Viral videos are now showing mobs clearing out aisles, entire aisles of merchandise, security guards standing down, and stores locking their doors, not at closing time, but permanently. Look, San Francisco, Chicago, Portland, Philadelphia, entire retail districts are evaporating. Downtown vacancy rates, they look like post-apocalyptic movie sets. And suddenly the same mayors who spent years slashing police budgets are now begging the federal government for help. But instead of admitting their soft on crime policies created this mess, they blame corporate greed and economic conditions. Really, guys? Really? I mean, red states with the same national economy aren't experiencing anything close to this level of collapse. Businesses are booming there. Blue state leaders created the conditions, nurtured the problem, and now they're pretending that they just, well, happened. It's denial on a cinematic scale here. And so this is where the disconnect becomes almost surreal. I mean, you talk to everyday Americans, people commuting, shopping, paying bills, and they'll tell you directly, things are finally getting better. Inflation cooling, gas cheaper, wages ticking up, markets are improving. But when you turn on MSNBC and CNBC, suddenly you're told America is barely clinging to life. The economy is collapsing. Democracy is dying. The sky is falling, and somehow Trump is both powerless and omnipotent at the exact same time. Please, somebody tell me, how does any of that make any sense? So Democrats are living in this alternate universe, a narrative world where basically everything must stay negative because Trump is president again. That's why it's negative. They just want it to seem negative because Trump is president. They can't acknowledge improvement without destroying their own political identity. So they narrate and fabricate and make up a crisis that doesn't match the reality on the ground. Two worlds, one country, and the world is getting harder and harder to sell by the day. So now let's talk about this energy crisis that's unfolding in blue states, because this one is hitting them hard. So while the rest of the country enjoys stable prices and reliable power, states like California, New York, and Illinois they're getting slammed with these rollout brownouts, or what they're calling these rolling brownouts. Are you guys aware of that? The winter grid warnings, even emergency conservation alerts. Why? Because they double down on these Biden era green mandates that were rushed, they were unrealistic, and they were completely disconnected from reality. Utility board whistleblowers are now admitting what everyone knew. The infrastructure wasn't ready, capacity wasn't built, gas hookups are banned too quickly, and backup systems were just completely ignored. And now, boom, widespread power failures, families freezing during these overnight temperature drops, businesses losing inventory, servers crashing. President Trump's administration is stepping in with emergency support, but the underlying issue remains. Blue states, they bet their entire energy future on ideology, not engineering. And now their residents are paying the price. And so if you really want to see pure panic, look at what's happening with the newly released whistleblower documents. Internal DHS, FBI, and DOE emails are spilling out. They're showing Biden-era officials repeatedly ignoring warning after warning. Border agents raised alarms about cartel infiltration and fraudulent asylum networks. Infrastructure analysts warn that critical systems were at risk, especially the same energy grids now failing in blue states. These weren't subtle hints. These were red sirens. and they were buried. And so now that Republicans have released the documents publicly, the left is in meltdown mode. Their defense? The emails are out of context. Well, of course, everything's out of context when it's inconvenient, but the pattern is undeniable. Warnings were given, warnings were ignored, and America's dealing with the consequences today. The leaks hit their narrative like a wrecking ball. So here's the part that's driving the media absolutely insane. Trump's America Back on Track agenda is actually working, and they can't spin their way out of this thing. Markets are climbing, jobs are stabilizing, investments are pouring in from companies that ultimately fled under Biden. Inflation is cooling month after month, and consumers, real people, not pundits, are finally able to breathe again. This isn't some theory or projection. This is measurable reality. But for a media establishment that spent 4 years predicting catastrophe, this is their worst nightmare. I mean, what they need is they need America failing so that their narrative survives. They need pain, panic, pessimism, the sky is falling. Instead, the data just keeps humiliating them. So they're trying to thread an impossible needle, acknowledging improvement without admitting Trump caused it. And every time they try, the contradictions make them look even more unhinged. And another story that's exploding this month, blue states are bleeding population at historic levels. Look, the December 2025 migration report is absolutely brutal. California, New York, Illinois, and even Oregon, they're watching these residents flee in numbers that we haven't seen since the 1970s. And they're not just moving anywhere. They're moving to Texas, Florida, Tennessee, and the Carolinas, states with lower taxes, safer streets, cheaper energy, and booming economies under Trump's national policy umbrella. Now, people are voting with their feet because blue state leaders refuse to change. They double down on crime-friendly laws, suffocating taxes, and anti-police rhetoric, and unreliable energy grids. Families aren't waiting around to see if things magically improve. They're packing up their bags and they're leaving. And Trump has been highlighting these numbers nonstop because they're the clearest proof of all. I mean, like when Democrats run states, people escape. When Republicans lead, people prosper. And so at this point, the sheer desperation is almost theatrical. Democrats have shifted from predicting doom to inventing doom. Everything, and I mean everything, folks, is now framed as a crisis simply because Trump is succeeding. Gas prices drop. Oh, it's a sign of instability. Inflation cools. It's a temporary illusion. Markets rise. Oh, it's dangerous overconfidence. The markets are going to crash. They're spinning normal functioning into existential threats because acknowledging improvement would destroy their political strategy. You see what's happening? I mean, just look at CNN and MSNBC, TikTok activists, and the blue check influencers. Every day is another apocalyptic meltdown. If Trump wins again, America dies. If the economy stabilizes, it's fascism. The rhetoric is hysterical because the real world isn't cooperating. Americans feel better. Bills are lighter. Jobs are steadier. Confidence is rising. And nothing terrifies the left more than a country that's recovering because a confident nation doesn't need their fear narratives anymore. And well, here we are, guys. The full picture, the reason that they're snapping, they're melting down, panicking, and firing off doomsday monologues every freaking night. Trump didn't just prove them wrong on one issue. He proved them wrong on everything. The economy is stabilizing, gas is dropping, wages rising, the border leaks exposed Biden's failures. Blue states are collapsing under their own policies. I mean, whistleblowers are dumping receipts everywhere, and voters, millions of voters, are finally waking up. For years, Democrats insisted Trump's return would unleash chaos. Instead, it revealed their own chaos, their states falling apart, their narratives imploding, their predictions aging like some spoiled milk. Ugh. And now, the American people are seeing exactly who was telling the truth all along. Trump didn't break America. He broke the illusion that they built around it. And that is why they can't stand it. See you next time.